Just waiting for one more participant, and then we will start. Okay.
Okay.
So you guys can see my screen.
No.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes. Now.
One or two minutes. Meantime, if you guys want some break, you can go. If you have some work, you can go. In 2 minutes, we will start. Okay? So, Neil, can you tell me what is interpreter? You have seen it. Any idea? Do you remember?
What?
What is interpreter? We have seen in morning, isn't it? Like yesterday. Yesterday
Yes.
night. So what is interpreter? Any idea you have?
That 0% is understood by humans and 100% by machine.
Machine. That is machine level language. Okay, anyhow, I'll just revise it up, what all we have done it. Yes, can you tell me what is interpreter? Or what is high level language? What is high level language? We'll see it, we will revise it, the yesterday one, like previous class, okay? And then we will continue, okay? So I'm just starting, okay? Coming to all okay, isn't it? We can start, isn't it? All good? Can you start?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right. Thank you. Now, coming to what Python, the founder of Python is what? Guido van Rossum. Okay. The Python was officially launched in Feb 1991. Okay. February 1991. Okay. It's a high level programming language. Okay. It's a high level programming language. So we have seen it. There are three. This high level programming language is what? This is 100%. Okay. High level programming language is, okay, it is similar like English language. Okay, this is similar like English language. Okay, similar like English language. That's the reason what we are saying, that 100% understood by human being. Okay, and 0% understood by machine, isn't it? For example, hi Liva, how are you? Liva, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Good, good. Okay, fine. So we start. So we have just started that Python is what? Python is, the founder of Python is Guido van Rossum. He is the person who has launched or who has created this Python programming language. Okay. The Python was launched in February 1991. Feb 91. Officially it was released. Okay. Officially it was released in February 91. It's a high level programming. So what is high level programming language? High level programming language is similar like English language. Okay. It's a similar like English language, and 100% understood. This language is 100% understood by human being and 0% understood by machine. This is the concept of high level programming. Okay. For example, if I am writing print, okay, and I am doing what? Hello everyone. Okay, I am writing print and I am writing what? Hello everyone. Hello Palak, how are you?
I'm good, sir. Sorry for being late. I couldn't find the link.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine, no problem. I'll from the next time every time. And please be on the time. Everyone was waiting for you guys. Okay, so please be on time so that others do not have any problem. Okay, Neil and Yes was on the time. Thanks for that. Okay, Liva and Palak little like 1 or 2 minutes late. You guys have done, no problem. But from the next time you can be on the time. Okay, all good. Can we proceed?
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, no problem, Palak. No problem. Anyway, we are down like recording these classes also. So if anyone wants the video, I can share with that the videos also. Okay, good. So can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Everyone all good? We can proceed the class.
Yes.
Yes.
Eva, can we proceed?
Yes.
Good. Palak, can we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Fine. So the Python programming language, the founder of Python programming language is Guido van Rossum. Okay. So officially, what Python was launched in February 1991. It's a high-level programming language. This high-level programming language is what? It is similar like English language. It is 100% understood by human being and 0% understood by what? Machine. Okay. For example, if I am writing print hello world, then what if I am saying to any person that who knows English, that can you tell me what is this line is doing? So you can say, yeah, it's easy. It's like it's just printing hello everyone is the printing command we are doing. That's the reason we are saying that it is 100% understood by human being and 0% understood by machine. Okay. So what is high level language? Yes, can you just say me fast? What is high level language?
High level language.
Understood by human being and 0% by machine.
Yeah, it's similar like English language, isn't it?
Yes.
Neil, what is high level language?
It is like English language and it is understood 100% by human being and 0% understood by machine.
Okay. Palak, what is high level language? Fast.
High level language is similar to English language and is understood by 100% human and 0% machine.
Good. Liva, what is high level language? Fast.
It's similar like English language and it's 100% understood by human beings and 0% understood by machines.
Okay. Good. Thank you. So,
1 minute.
yeah, sure.
Liva and Palak, I am not going to keep on reminding both of you to log in on time. The professor, poor thing, it is very late night over there. Please respect this time. Okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
I have told to them, Nina, not a problem.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
no problem.
Thank you.
No,
अरे
next
नहीं
time-
मेरे को मिल नहीं रहा है इन लोगों को. उसको अलग से उसकी माँ को फोन करूँ और ये अलग से इसकी माँ घर में नहीं रहती है. So it is difficult to coordinate. Now they are big children. They can log in on time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next time they will do it, not a big thing. Okay. Next time they will do it on
Okay.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Fine. Now it's a high level programming language. It's a Python is what? Object oriented language. We will see it. Okay. Python is interpreter similar like Perl and PHP. Now, as I told that it's a high level programming language. This is 100% understood by human being and 0% understood by machine. So I need to convert this high level programming language to a machine level language so that I can execute my code to machine. Okay. So this conversion of high level language, okay, to machine level language can be done by using two concepts. First one is what we have seen it, compiler way. Okay, first one is compiler way. Second one is what? Your interpreter. Okay, in which what happens? Your Python is accepting what? Python is using an interpreter way to convert this high level language to machine level language so that I can execute my code in machine level language. Okay, so that I can execute my code in machine. So we will see the interpreter way in detail. So if suppose there are having what? We are having 4 lines of a code. Okay, code line 1, code line 2, code line 3 and code line 4. Okay, we are having 4 lines of a code. You guys you can on your video. Yes, you can on your video because I'll be asking whether you are understanding or not by giving a thumbs up. Okay, so if you guys are understanding, then okay, you can give a thumbs up so that I can understand, or you can say me also or write in the chat box that you are understanding. Okay, or wherever you guys are having difficulty, you can ask me. Okay, good, all good. Can we start? Palak, you can also on your camera.
Yeah, 1 second.
Sure. Coming to interpreter way, is suppose I am having 4 lines of a code in which what happens, your first line of a code is what? Having no error. There is no error over there. Okay. Your second line of a code is having error. Your code line 5 is having what? No error. There are 5 lines of a code in which code 1 is having no error. Code 9 is having an error. Code line 3 is having no error. Code line 4 is having an error. Code line 5 is having no error. All good, everyone? Till now? All good? No doubt? Liva, all good? No doubt? Good. Now, if suppose these 5 lines of a code, if I am executing, okay, if I am executing through my interpreter way, what it will do? Interpreter execute the program line by line or step by step. Okay, interpreter execute the program line by line or step by step. One thing is that if you guys want to make a note of this note, please, I'm giving you 2 minutes of a time. Bring a notepad and a pen so that you can write it down also. 2 minutes time I have been given to you. Bring a notepad or you can write this on the editor also. Okay, whoever wants to write on the notebook, bring a notebook and a pen with you. Or you guys can write in your system also in notepad. You can make a note of it on your notepad also. You can bring a notebook and a pen and can write it there, or you can write in the editor also. Okay, fine. So we are starting. Now, interpreter execute the program line by line or step by step. This is the property of interpreter. What it will do? It will read first line, execute it. Then it will read second line, execute it. It will read third line, execute it, like that. One line at a time it's going to do. Okay, one code line at a time it will do. Now, if suppose these 5 lines of a code, if I am executing through my interpreter, what will happen? Interpreter will read code line 1. Since there is no error, so it will read next line. that is code line 2. Okay. First it will read code line 1. Since there is no error, then it will read the next line. Okay, that is code line 2. While reading code line 2, since there is an error, as we can see, so what happened? My interpreter will stop at code line 2. Why it is stopping at code line 2? Because there is an error. So it will say that first you have to solve this error, okay, then only I am going to read the next one. Okay, so I have to make this error to no error, then only it will read the next line, which is code line 3. Okay, once reading the code line 3, since again there is no error in code line 3, what it will do? It will read the code line 4. While reading the code line 4, what happened? I come across with an error. Since there is an error, again my interpreter will stop at code line 4. Okay, and I have to make this error to no error. I have to solve the error. Once I am solving the error, then only it will read the code line 5. Is it all clear? All clear with everyone? All clear? Fine. So you can say that your interpreter, okay, your interpreter is what? It will read, okay, line by line it will read it and execute it. Step by step it will read it. One line at a time it will read it. Okay, one line at a time it will read it. Okay, and if there is an error while reading the line, so what it will do? Unless you solve that error, it's not going to read the next one. Okay, so you have to solve the error, okay, and then only it will proceed. And your Python is what it is doing? It is using this concept only. Means one line at a time. All good? Can we proceed? Fine. Now, what you guys have to do it, open your Google, search for Google Colab. Google Colab, C-O-L-A-B, fast. And then open your Google Colab, everyone. Then search for Google Colab, open the Google Colab. Good. Is it done, Palak? Levi, is it done?
Do I use the same file of last time or
No, we will create it. We will create the new one.
Okay.
Okay. So once you have came across this one, click on new notebook. Click on new notebook. Click on new notebook, and the first thing what we have to do it, we have to click on this file name, we have to change it. So suppose I am writing my name Sameer and I am writing the date of today. So suppose 13 in my side, your 12 Feb, then you can write it. So 13 Feb 2021. You write the file name like this. Your name and the date. Palak, you have opened the Google Colab. Is it working?
Yes, sir, it's loading.
Yeah. Liva? Yes, good. Thank you. So change your file name with your name and the date you need to give. 13 Feb 2021. Or whatever date you are having it. Your name, and then that will be, after doing this, click on the cell. So you have changed your file name right now. Yes, the file name got changed?
Yes.
Neil, the file name got changed? Good. Palak, file name got changed?
Sir, it's still loading.
Okay. Levi has changed it. Good. Excellent. Now, no problem. I'll give you time, Palak. Okay. Now, I'm explaining just. Here is, I am writing a code A equal to 10. Okay. and once I am in this line, if I want to go the below line, down line, for that I have to press the enter key. So I'm pressing the enter key and my cursor will go to the below line, and then I will write it out print A. Okay, then I'll be writing out print A. So A is a variable, 10 is a value. I'm storing the 10 value in my variable called A, and I am printing the A over. Once I have written these two lines of a code, I need to click on the play button to execute the code. I need to click on the play button to execute the code. Done. So everyone write these two lines of a code in their cell. A equal to 10, print A.
Yes.
The output is coming 10.
Yes.
Good. Palak, is the output coming 10? Liva, the output is coming 10 or any error? Okay, good. Okay, now for generating a new cell, what I am doing, I have to click on this code. So I am clicking on this code, and what happened? A new cell got generated. Okay, click on code and generate a new cell. Okay, now in your computer programming, what happened? Okay, in your computer programming, what happened? There's a concept called comment. Okay, comment is such thing. Comment is a line of a code only, which is not going to execute it. In every programming language, there is a concept called comment. Okay, comment is such thing which is not going to execute anything. Okay, if I execute it, then nothing is going to be printed out, or nothing, no operation is going to happen. So in comment, okay, comment is used to get a detail about why we have used this code, why you have written this line of a code. Just for the understanding sake, we are using a comment. Okay, coming to in Python, we have, if I want to have a comment, for that I have to use what? Hashtag, and whatever I am writing, that will you consider as a comment. So this is comment. Okay, if I execute this line, what will happen? I'll be getting no output. You can see no output, no error, nothing is going to come. So this is a comment. Okay, all good, understood? Palak, where are you? You have done?
Yes, sir.
So can we proceed? Isn't it, Palak?
Yes, sir.
Good, thank you. Now, so this is a comment. Now one more new cell, everyone take it. Take one more new cell by clicking on code. By clicking on code, take a new cell, and in this cell write print B. Print B. Print, simple bracket open, then B, then close the bracket. Once you have written this, click on play button to execute the code. So what I can see, I am getting an error over here. Name error, name B is not defined. Is it done? Everyone is getting error?
Yes.
Good. Palak, you are getting an error? Good. Now, what I mean to do is there, take one more new cell. Okay. And in this cell, you write A equal to 10. Okay. Give a comment by giving a hashtag, and you can write code line 1. Press an enter key. Then you write print B. Okay. Which is an error. You can write code line 2 error. This is no error. Okay. And again enter key and write print A, and then give a comment by hashtag, then code line 3 no error. Is it done? Everyone done these 3 lines of code they have written in new cell?
Yes.
Good. Done everyone? Neil, is it done?
I'm still writing.
Okay, right. No problem. A equal to 10. Give a hashtag. Hashtag is used for comment. Write hashtag code line 1 no error. Because there is no error. We have executed beforehand and we find it out. These 2 lines is having no error. So that's the reason I have written no error over there. Okay. This is comment. Hashtag is used for comment. Second line is having an error because I executed this one and I find it out that this code is having an error. So that's the reason I have written error over there. In third line, what I have done, I have written print A and this line is having no error. So you have to write these 3 lines in one cell. In one cell only you have to write all these things. Done? Is it done? Palak done? Diva done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, if I execute this one, since Python is an interpreter language, so what will happen? It will get stop at code line 2. Why it will get stop at code line 2? Because code line 2 is an error. So I am executing and let's see whether Python is interpreter. So as I can see, my third line, which is having no error, is not printing it out. It is getting stop at code line 2 only. Error message came and unless I solve this error, now third line is not going to be executed. Okay, third line is not going to be executed. So we have seen just now that Python is an interpreter language. Okay, we have seen just now that Python is an interpreter language. All good? All understood?
Yes.
Good.
One question.
Yeah, sure.
When I change it from error to no error, it still shows that there's an error. Why?
Because in this case, what happened? I have initialized the A to 10. No, this is a comment, no? This is a comment. So comment is not going to change. In place, how to solve this error? You have to initialize a value. So how to initialize a value? You have to write b equal to 20 or any number you have to give. Now this is changing my error to no error. Now this will become no error. Okay? Why? Because b is a variable which I have not initialized. In the case of a equal to 10 or print a, first I have given the value to a variable. Okay? First I have given the value to a variable, then I am printing it out. Same, to change my b and error to no error, I have to give a value to b before. I have given before b value, then if I execute this code, now what will happen? I will be getting output. So no error is coming. Is it clear?
Yeah, just tried it.
Working?
Yes.
Neil, you understood? Neil, what we have done?
Yes, I understood.
Excellent. Palak, understood?
Yes, sir.
Diva, understood? Good. Thank you very much. Okay. So now in this case, I am making this code as error to no error by initializing some value. Then only it will make. Otherwise, there is no concept of changing it to no error. This is a comment. Comment is something which is not going to execute it. Okay. Good. Now, today we will see Python features. How many types of features are there? What all features are there of a Python? So, the first feature of a Python is what? It is easy to learn. If suppose somebody is learning C++ or Java language, programming language, it is highly recommended that a person should know C programming language before learning C++ or Java. But in case of Python, you don't require to learn the programming language. You don't require to learn C before learning Python. Okay, so you can directly start with Python programming language. No need to learn any other programming. Okay, that's the reason what we are saying is that Python is, the feature of Python is that it is easy to learn. Okay, second feature of Python is it is easy to read. Why? How it is easy to read? Because it is high level language. Okay, it is high level language. So what is high level language, Palak?
Which is understood 100% by human being and 0% by machine.
Okay, it is similar like English language, isn't it? So that's the reason this Python is also easily understood by human being. It is easy to learn, okay, and fast. Third feature of a Python is that it is easy to maintain. Don't require lots of add-ons or plugins. Now, if somebody is learning a Java programming language, there we need to install something called JDK JRE, Java Development Environment, Java Runtime. But in case of Python programming language, what happens? You need not have to, okay, you need not have to what? Download or install anything called add-ons or plugins. Okay, so we can directly, that's the reason we can directly use the Python. So there are no concept of add-ons and plugins in Python. So you guys can write this few lines of features of a code, make a note of it, okay, anywhere, in either on the notepad or on your notebook. You write it, Python features, give a topic, title over there, and in the subtitle you can write easy to learn, easy to read, easy to maintain. Because in the assignment I'll be asking these questions only. Okay, so make a note of it. Python features. First feature is that easy to learn. Second is easy to read. Third is easy to maintain. Done? Everyone written these 3 points?
Yeah, I'm still writing.
Easy to learn, easy to read, easy to maintain. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, but it's the voice is little cut for some reason.
Now is it good? Now can you hear me better?
Yes.
Good.
Could you repeat the questions, please?
You just need to write these all things. Python features, give a title as Python features, okay, and then you write first feature of a Python is easy to learn. Second feature of a Python is easy to read. Third feature of a Python is easy to maintain. Done, everyone? Is it done?
I almost finished copy.
Okay.
We have to write easy to learn and easy to read.
Yes, and easy to maintain. These are the features of Python. Fourth feature of a Python is what? Portable. Portable means what? Once you have written any code, okay, on one operating system, the same code you can write on different operating systems. Same program we can run on different operating systems. The fourth feature of a Python is that same program we can run on different operating systems. Fourth feature of a Python is what? Portable. Portable means what? Same program which we have written on, for example, on Windows operating system. Okay, that same code, same program will be working on different operating system. Means, for example, if I have written one Python program on Windows operating system, okay, same code or same program I can take in pen drive or I can email it. That code I can directly run on different operating system like Linux, Ubuntu, Unix or Mac OS. I can say that same code will be executing. I need not have to change it anything. So that is the fourth property of a Python. It is a portable. Portable means what? Same programs you can run on different operating systems. Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? All good?
We're good.
Palak, what is portable? Yes, what is portable?
A variety of hardware platforms.
Yes. So if I can write it out in detail, okay, I can write run on wide variety of hardware platform, can be interpreted in a number of operating systems. Okay, in detail, if you want to write something, in short, I have given you that same code you can run on different operating system. In detail, you can write run on wide variety of hardware platform. Hardware platform means what? Different operating system platform. Okay.
One question, if we do Python in another language, are codes the same?
Another language means?
Like if let's say Python is in English and if I do it in Spanish.
There is no concept of doing in Spanish. You cannot do in Spanish.
Okay.
It's a high level programming language which is similar like English language. So we cannot write Spanish over there. Okay. You can write few words of Spanish that will come under multilingual. Suppose if I am creating any website, okay, in which I want to give a local language. For example, Spanish I want to give it. Now in that Spanish I can write the line of Spanish into this. But I have to write print and then inside my double quotation mark I can write the Spanish word. Hola. I cannot write anything over there. Means print I cannot change it. Print will be print only. I cannot have anything else over there. Make sense? Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So that is going to be same only. Now portable we have seen it. Now fifth feature of a Python is extendable. Extendable means what? Extendable means I can write different programming language like C, C++, Java can be written inside a Python program. Extendable means what? If I want to use another programming language like C, C++, Java, those lines of a code also I can write into my Python program. Make sense? That features is also present over here. Okay. The fifth property of a Python is what? Extendable. Different programming language like C, C++, Java can be written inside Python program. Different programming language like C, C++, Java can be written inside Python program. Okay, done. Everyone written extendable?
Yes.
Different or
I'm still writing.
Yeah, write it, no problem. Extendable, different programming language. Suppose if I want to write few lines of a code of C into my Python program, I can do it. This facility is present over in Python. In other programming language, these facilities are not present. Only in Python, you will find this kind of a facility that I can write C programming language into my Python code. C++ line of a code I can write in my Python code. Java programming language I can write into my Python code. No error will come. And next property feature is that embedded. Even Python can be written in another programming language. Vice versa. Python can be written inside different programming language like C, C++, Java. Now suppose Python is getting in demand last 4 to 5 years. Okay. In those last 4 to 5 years, many software have already been created in C, C++, Java. I cannot throw those software, isn't it? So if I want to add few features, I can add it through my Python code also. Okay, so that property is also available. Embedded. Okay, embedded property is also available in Python. You can write Python, few lines of a code of a Python into your another programming language. That is also possible. So embedded means what? Python can be written inside different programming language like C, C++, Java. Okay. So yes, can you tell me what all features of a Python we have seen it? Just say me the subtitle. Easy to learn, easy to read, like that.
Easy to learn, easy to read. We have the
Easy
operating system,
yeah,
extendable,
yes, portable,
embedded,
yeah,
and portable.
yes, good. Palak, what all features of a Python we have seen till now?
Features of a Python is easy to learn, easy to read, and easy to maintain.
Yes,
And have portable, extendable, and embedded.
good, excellent. What is embedded?
Me?
What is embedded mean? What is the features? What the embedded features do? You can say, yeah, you can say that Python code I can write into different programming language. That is the meaning of embedded, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. What is extendable? Yes.
Different programming languages, C, C++, Java, that can be written inside the Python program.
Excellent. What is portable? Yes.
Portable is the same program we can run on different operating systems. Mac OS, Windows.
Good, good. Excellent, excellent. Everyone written? Everyone written till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Neil
Yeah.
written? So, Neil, just tell me all the features of a Python programming features, Python features.
Easy to learn,
Yes.
easy to maintain, easy to read, portable, extendable, embedded.
Good. Diva, tell me first what all Python features we have.
And it was literally the same as Neil.
Good. Okay. Good. Thank you. Now we will see more features of a Python. Okay. So database access is also a feature. I can have a database. Okay. Database is something if I am having huge kind of a data. Suppose if I am having a school data. Okay. You guys can write it down. Database access, graphical user interface programming, object oriented programming concept, OOPS concept. Okay. Now first one is database access. So if I am having suppose school data, for storing that school data in a form of tables, okay, columns and rows, we require a database. Database is a place where all the data are situated, all the data are stored in format of rows and columns, in format of tables. Okay, that facility is also available in your Python. So I have one more feature which is known as database access. Okay, provide interface to all. Okay, provide interface to all major commercial database, and these are the example of database: PostgreSQL, SQLite 3, MySQL, Oracle. These all database properties, these all database I can use using what? My Python programming language. Is it clear, everyone? Any doubt? Yes, is it clear?
Yes, all good.
Good. Coming to next feature of a Python is what? Graphical user interface. Okay, you can create buttons, labels, windows, okay, in Python, okay, using the Tincter PyQt Python module. These are the Python modules. With the help of that, we can create buttons, labels like that. A graphical user interface is what? A desktop based application. Means it don't require any internet connectivity to execute, to run the software. Okay, so that property is also having in our Python, graphical user interface. Okay, which is also known as GUI. Programming also we can do with Python using Tincter PyQt Python module. Okay, this is one of the more features. And the last feature is what? Object oriented programming concept, OOPS. So in object oriented programming concept, classes will come, object will come, data hiding will come, operators overloading will come, inheritance will come, and many more things. Classes, object, data hiding, operator overloading, inheritance, etc. And as usual, as we know that Python can be easily integrated with C, C++, Java, ActiveX, Wizard, and many etc.
What is ActiveX?
Active is a kind of a Windows programming basically. For networking, we basically use it, this ActiveX. It's a different language, computer language. in that also I can write Python line. That is also accepted.
Okay.
Okay. So new features which we have added right now is database access, graphical user interface, GUI programming, object-oriented programming concept. Okay. Object-oriented programming concept. Okay. Done? Is it done? Everyone written? Right?
Yeah.
Done actually. Palak written?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So we will be having 5 minutes of a break. In that you guys can do anything. Okay. 5 minutes break and then again we will continue. Okay. All good?
One question.
Yeah, Neil, you want to say something?
Yes, that the class finishes at 1
No.
or
Just no. 5 minutes break we have given. After that, we will be having around 45 minutes of a class. 40 to 45 minutes. Okay.
okay.
One question.
Sure.
This all what we're doing is related to computer science or computer software.
Software.
But what is the difference of software and science?
Computer science will be having hardware as well as software. In that we will be learning about some input devices, output devices. Many things will be coming over there. That is the vast thing. Coming to subset of computer science will be computer software. Software means what? Creating a software basically. Okay, all those things which we are using inside a like hardware concept is not going to change. Means what is input device, what is volatile memory, non-volatile memory. These all things, many things will come under your computer science. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine. So all good. Can we start? Everyone present? Neil, are you there? Neil? Palak?
Yes, sir.
Good. Liva, are you there?
Here.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Then we are starting. Okay, fine. So, we have seen all the features. Okay. In the first phase. Neil, can you tell me all the features which are present? Fast. Python feature. Easy to learn.
Easy to learn, easy to maintain, easy to read, portable, extendable, embedded database access. I couldn't write more.
Okay. You can write this. I've given you time. You would have told me. Graphical user interface. Write it down fast. Graphical user interface GUI programming. And write object oriented programming. OOPS concept. Graphical user interface programming and OOPS concept. Yes, can you tell me all the Python features? Fast. Yes.
Database access, database, graphical user interface, object-oriented programming,
More.
and Python can be easily integrated with C, C++, Java, ActiveX.
Okay. Is it easy to learn, easy to maintain, easy to read, portable?
Yes, easy to learn,
Yeah.
easy to read, maintain, portable, extendable, embedded.
Good, good. Excellent. Palak, can you say me fast all the features of Python? Palak.
Easy to learn, easy to read, easy to maintain,
Portable.
embedded,
Yeah.
portable, embedded, and
Extendable.
extended.
Yeah. And now what about this? Database access, graphical user.
Yeah. Access, graphical user interface, programming, object-oriented programming concept.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Thank you. Diva, you want to say?
No.
Okay. Nil, you have written? All done, Nil?
Almost.
Write fast. Once everyone is done, open a Google Colab. Okay, open your Google Colab. Now we will do little bit coding there. Good. Okay, done. Nil, I have written in the chat box also. Okay, Nil? Good. Fine. So, now we will see Python is another feature of Python are that Python is freeware and Python is open source. So, can anyone say me what is the meaning of open source? Must have heard, somebody has heard it. What is open source? This software is open source, this, that, open source, like that. Yes, you wanna try? Sure. What is open source? Yes.
Is the original code.
Good. Good, excellent. What? Or more, you can say little bit.
It's a original code that is freely available.
Good, excellent, excellent. Now, as I am saying that Python is open source, it means that the source code which has been used to develop this Python programming language is written on the free basis, means on public domain. Public domain means that anyone can see what all lines of a code has been written to develop this Python. Okay, what all lines of a code has been written to develop this Python programming code. Okay, so how we will see, and that is known as what? Open source. Okay, any software, if I'm saying that this software is on open source, it means that the source code which has been used to develop this programming language or software is available on free. Okay, anyone can see it without paying anything. So for checking, I'm just checking Python GitHub. GitHub is something where all the source code are present. Okay, Python source code are present. Okay, so I'm checking on GitHub. So this is a C Python, means as we have just seen extendable property. What is that? You can write C language into a Python. So this C Python is what? A programming language, and these are the lines of a code. As you can see, this RST, these are the files basically which are used to develop a C Python. Okay, the source code is also present over here. If I open this one, these are all the details about the Python only. So here in this case Python is there. This you can see, these are the codes which are written in C language, C embedded with Python, like that we have written that the developer has written over like that. Okay, here at this position you can find all the values about. So as we have seen, what that who was the founder of Python? Guido van Rossum. So you can see over here the committed he is the founder, isn't it? So if this source code is about the Python, so he will be the contributor, isn't it? So you can see he is among the contributors committed by to this repository in past. Okay, member of Python. So here in GitHub only you can find all the codes which has been written. Okay, all the codes which has been written. So that's the reason we are saying what? Python is an open source. We can see the source code which has been written. Is all clear to everyone? All good? Yes, understood? Open source? Nicely? Good. Palak, understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Diva, understood? Good. Fine. Okay. So open source means what? And I am having an open source of Python on. So Python is a source code. The source code are available for free. What all has been. Python is freeware. Freeware means what? If I am using Python programming language, I need not have to pay a penny also to use this language. There is no subscription charges, there is no membership charges, nothing like that. So Python is free to use. This software is free to use, and that is known as what? Freeware. Python is freeware. Makes sense? So you can note it down. Python is freeware, and the bracket you can write no code, no cost to pay. Okay, you can write Python is freeware, no cost to pay for license. Python is open source. Source code are available freely. Python is open source. Source code are available freely. and Python is platform independent. Same like Portable. Okay, same like Portable. Platform independent itself means same thing. What we have seen in Portable. Once I am writing a code on one operating system, that same code I can write in another operating. So I can execute in another operating system. That is known as platform independent. As like Portable, both are same. Platform independent and Portable are same thing. You can note it down. Python is portability, means moving from one operating to another. Same thing you get, nothing different. Once written this, somehow same thing. Freeware, Python is freeware, Python is open source, Python is platform independent. Good? Is it done, everyone? Done? Done?
Almost.
Good. Fine. Python is freeware, Python is open source, Python is platform independent. Python is freeware, Python is open source, Python is platform independent. Okay? Now, there's a concept which is only and only present in your Python programming language. What is that concept? Is that is known as dynamic data type. Python is dynamic in nature. Dynamic data type. You can write it down. Dynamic data type. What is this dynamic data type? Is that open your Google Colab, everyone. Neil, is it done? You can write dynamic data type.
Should we write everything which is in the screen?
No, just write dynamic data type. I'll explain you.
I wrote it.
Good. Fine. So this dynamic data type is a property which is present in your Python programming language only. No other programming language has this dynamic data. Now what is this dynamic data type? Just everyone open your Google Colab and click on code. Everyone open your Google Colab and click on code. Okay, everyone open your Google Colab and click on code. In that you write a equal to 10. Okay, and then press the enter key and type print, then give a bracket, then write type and do what? A. Like this we have to write it. A equal to 10, print type of A, like that. Type, open bracket, then write a type, then again open bracket, then write A, then close bracket, close bracket. A equal to 10, print, bracket open, type, bracket open, A, close bracket, close bracket. This we have to write in one cell. Is it done, everyone? No?
No, sir. Can you pull up the thing again?
See.
Yeah. Okay.
Just, yeah, do it. Let me know.
When I run the code, it says class int.
Yeah, I'll explain you. Is it done, everyone? Done? Neil done? Palak done?
Yeah.
Good, we were done. Palak done? Is it done, Palak?
Sir, almost. Can I see the slide again?
I have written the code in the chat box also. Done? Is it done, everyone? Good. Palak done?
Yes, sir.
Good. Riva done?
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Now, if I'm running this code, 3 lines of a code, what will happen? I'm getting an output of a class int. Int means what? Integer data type. Integer data type is something which will accept only and only numbers. Okay. So as I am providing over here 10, which means what? A number I am providing. So what is happening? That's the reason it is saying me this type is a function which gives me, it will say which data type this variable is. Okay. So I am providing 10 over there. That's the reason it is saying me int. Int means what? Integer. Is it all clear to everyone? Is it clear why the int is coming?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm providing a number over there. Number I'm providing is what? Integer data type. So short form of integer data type is int. All good? Palak, good?
Yes, sir.
Good. Liva, good?
Yes.
Good. Yes, understood, isn't it? Yes. Why
Yes.
giving int? Now, in take a new code, take a new cell, everyone, click on the code, okay, and write a equal to Liva, okay, a equal to Liva with double quotation, okay, double quotation mark, press enter over there and print type of, again, type of a, and execute this code and let me know what is the output coming, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
What is the output coming, Neil?
I'm still writing.
Okay, right. Everyone execute the code and write in the chat box what the output is coming. Everyone, question to everyone. Write in the chat box what the output they are getting. What the output you are getting, write in your chat box. A equal to, in place of Liva you can write your name also, no problem. But A equal to Liva I have written with a double quotation mark and I am writing print type of A. So what is the output coming?
I am getting class str.
Exactly. Class, Palak has written class str. Yes, write in the chat box what the output is coming. Liva, write in the chat box what the output is coming. Then you can write in the chat box. Excellent. Everyone write in the chat box what the output is coming. Liva, write in the chat box. Fast.
Huh?
Write in the chat box what the output is coming. If you execute these two lines of a code, what will be the output coming?
Liva.
No, the output will come class str. Okay. Now why why str is coming? Because I am taking a string variable over here. A sentence, a word I am taking. So anything inside your double quotation mark is known as what? As a string data type in your Python. We will see in detail how many types of integer data types are there, how many types of string data types are there. All those things we are going to see in the coming classes. Okay, so no need to worry. For a time being, if anything, if I am writing, I am giving a value as a double quotation mark, what will happen? That double quotation mark value will be taken as a string data type, and short form of string data type is what? String. String data type is what? Str. Okay, so integer data type, if any number is there, if I am taking type of that variable, it will give me int, which is denoting integer data type. If any double quotation mark value I am providing, okay, and I am taking type of that, so it will give me string str over. All good, everyone understood?
Yes.
Palak understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Liva understood?
Uh-huh.
Good, thank you very much. Okay, now what is dynamic data type? So for that, what you have to do, you have to create a new cell. Click on code, okay, and here in this case, what we will do, I will write a equal to 20, okay, print a, okay, and in same code, in same program, what I'll do, I'll write a equal to Palak, okay, and then I'll write what? Print type of a. Okay, here also I'll write type of a. So write these 4 lines of a code, everyone, and let me know what the output is coming. So in one program only, what I am doing is that I am taking two data types over there. Two data types. One is integer, another one is string data type. So let me see whether it is giving an error or it is executing it. Everyone write these 4 lines of a code, execute it and write the output in the chat box. Done? Everyone written? Everyone written 4 lines of a code?
I mistakenly wrote the wrong.
Yeah, you have written the wrong thing. So change your A value. Second A value you change it. I got the output.
I got right, but I mistakenly wrote wrong.
Okay, I got it. So yes has written. What about Nil and Niva? Their output. Write in the chat box output. Palak, are you facing any issue?
No, sir. Do I press the print thing?
Yeah. You execute it, this all code, and let me know what the output is coming. You can write in the chat box the output what you are getting it. Write this 4 lines of a code, execute it, and write in the chat box the output which you are getting. No, Palak. Wrong.
I don't understand the difference of str and int.
I'm coming to that. No problem. So yes, output is correct. Liva, you need to put one more print statement. Liva. Coming to Neil, the output is good. Excellent. Coming to Palak, your code is something different. You have to write A equal to 20, print type of A. A equal to Palak, print type of A. Palak, you write this code, then your output is going to be different.
Okay.
Okay, so if I'm executing this code, what I need to find, I'm getting class int and class str. Now what is this class int and class str? We have seen over here. If suppose a is a variable, 10 is a value. 10 is a number which I am storing in variable called a. Okay, and I am printing the type of a. Means if I am having any number value, if I print that data type, what this a variable is holding, which type of data it is handling, which type of data it is storing. So I can, as there is a number over there, so what happened? I'll be getting output as int. Int is a short form of integer. Okay, int is a short form of integer. Yes, the int is clear from your side. Int.
Yes.
Good, excellent. Is int clear from everyone? Or do anyone have problem in int?
Yeah.
Palak, is int is clear from your side?
Yes, sir.
Liva, is int clear from your side? Coming to, if I am giving any sentence or I am giving a word which is written inside double quotation mark. Here the value got changed. Value is what? I am writing a name of a person. That is a sentence or a word. Okay. If that I am providing to a variable called a and I am checking which type of value this a is containing. Okay. So how I'll check? With the help of a type function. So type and then variable name. This is giving me output as a str. Str is a short form of string. So wherever you are giving any sentence or word which is written inside a double quotation mark, that data type or that output will be coming as a str. Str is a short form of string data type. Is str clear from your side? Yes.
Yes, but I have a question. What's the difference if I put a equal 20 or 30 or 40?
No. In that case, number only you are providing, isn't it? So I'm taking one more. Number will give int only. If I am providing a equal to 45. Since I am providing number and if I check type of a, what will be the output? Class int. Why it will be class int? Because number I have given. So any number if you are providing your data type, I am just telling about the category. Which category this value is accepting. Okay. Which type of data it is accepting. So it is accepting a number data type. All the numbers data type will be coming as an int over there. Okay.
So if it's a number, it's int, and if it's a name, it's string.
Exactly. Excellent. Okay. Exactly the same thing. That is going to be 100%. So in place of Liva, I have written Palak. So you can see str is coming. I just change the value. So any kind of a word or sentence, okay. Anyhow, in the coming classes, we are going more deep inside the string data type. We are going more deep inside the integer data type. All we are going to see. Okay. So any type of name, if suppose in Palak, if I would have written yes, so I would have got the same output str on. I'm just telling here about the category of the data, nothing else. I'm just talking about the category of data, nothing else I'm talking. So any number if you are providing, output will be int on. Any word you are providing, the output will be string. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
Neil, is it clear from your side?
Yes.
Palak, clear?
Yes, sir.
Liva, clear?
Yes, sir.
Good, excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. Now, what is dynamic data type over here? Same variable. A is a variable, first time taking integer data type. Numbers it is taking. Same A variable taking a word over here, string data type. In one program only. That is known as dynamic data type. This is a functionality which is present in your Python programming language only. No other programming language has this concept of dynamic data type. Understood? Means same variable taking different data type is known as what? Dynamic data type. So you guys can write it down. same variable, okay, make a note of it, same variable taking two or more different data type in one program is known as dynamic data, which is only present in Python programming language. Okay, you can write same variable taking two or more different data types in one program is known as dynamic data. Property is known as what? Dynamic data, which is only present, this feature, we can write it out, this feature is only present in Python programming. Is only present in Python programming language. If same thing if you do in another programming language, what will happen? You will get an error. Okay, return same variable taking two or more different data types in one program is known as dynamic data type. This feature is only present in Python programming language. And your Python follows this. Python has a feature of this. Python dynamic data type. Okay, all good?
Yes.
Is it written by everyone? Palak, written?
Yes, sir.
Neil, done?
Yes.
Good. Leva, done? Good. For example, here you can see a equal to 10, a equal to hello. So same variable I am taking with different data types over there. 10 is what? Your integer data type. Hello is what? Hello is your string data. Okay, fine. So any doubt anyone has till now? Any doubt anyone has up to now? In any of the topic which we have seen now? They can write in the chat box or they can ask me also, no problem. Any doubt anyone has?
You will send the recording of the class?
Yeah, I can send you. If you want, then I can send you, no problem.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Sir, can you send it to me too?
Sure. See, this is my email ID. I have already followed. Okay, Neil, I'll do that. No problem. Liva, you also want? This is my okay, I'll do that. This is my email ID. Okay, I already have Palak's email ID. You guys can please just send a email to this particular email ID. MSA.
Yesterday I gave mine.
Okay, you have sent it to me, Neil.
Yesterday when you sent me a
Yeah, I got it. With Yusuf, isn't it? Yeah, I got it. I have yours. Yes, I don't have. Okay, yes, I can write it down. Diva, write in the chat box. Okay, good. Thank you. Good, I have it. Or let me just send you a message right now. That's all. Good, fine. Okay, so I'll just make all those uploading. I'll do it of this one, and I'll send you all your grades, all everyone. Okay, I'll send you the email ID. That link I'll be sending on your email ID. Okay.
You're going to send to everyone, right?
Yes. I'll send you. No problem. Okay. Okay, I'll send you. Coming to one more thing. Okay, fine. So till now, any doubt anyone has any other topic? All was good, isn't it? You guys are liked it.
Yes, I liked it.
You learned something, Neil? You learned anything today?
Yes.
Yes. How was the class? Yes. You learned it something? Yes.
Yes, good.
Good. How was the class, Palak?
It was good, sir.
You learned something or not today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Riva, how was the class? You liked it? You learned it? Okay, I'll talk to you. Yes, be online only. I'll talk to you now only about this. Okay? No problem.
Okay.
Okay? Be online only. Okay, so fine guys. So for today, this much only. In the next class, we are going to see and we will learn the new topics also. Okay, we will learn the more advanced topic in the coming class. Tomorrow at the same time, please be on the line. Okay, please be on the time so we can start it and we will not have to wait for us. Okay, good, all good, Palak.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, all good.
All
Okay. Thank you everyone. Lisa, all good. Okay, so tomorrow, see you soon,
Yeah.
guys. On the same timing, please be online so we can learn more new things regarding the Python and all those things, and we'll do the program. Okay, you guys can leave the meeting. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye. Nice talking to you guys. Bye.
bye. Bye.
Bye Neil. Bye.